Election Day is a little more than a week away, and many voters will see school referenda on their ballots. Political reporter Will Keneally is here with more on what you need to know before heading into the voting booth. Will?
Well, Susan, we won't see a school referendum on the ballot where our station is here in Madison, but at least 19 different school districts in our viewing area will vote on a referendum this April, and for a multitude of reasons. The common theme, though, schools just need more money.
In the 2021 to 2023 budget, those revenue limits were frozen altogether, and that happened to coincide with skyrocketing inflation, which caused some financial distress for many districts.
In recent years, school districts have turned to referenda amid rising costs. Their funding largely comes from two places: the state government and local property taxes. State law puts a cap on how much the districts can raise, and these referenda allow the local districts to exceed that cap with the consent of local taxpayers.
There are two main types of referenda. The first is a capital referendum, also called a debt service referendum. And those are funds that would be specifically tagged for big projects related to capital improvements, usually construction or renovations.
This year, for example, voters in the River Valley School District will be asked to okay $14.5 million for an addition to the high school's Performing Arts Center. The other type of referendum is what's called an operating referendum, when districts need more money to just keep the lights on. Wisconsin Policy Forum's Sarah Shaw says we usually see operating referenda when districts have fewer students.
Because of that declining enrollment, the school funding formula takes student enrollment as a primary factor. So if your enrollment's going down, your revenue limit is going down as well. And similarly, low-income districts are more likely to pass operating referenda, and high-income districts are more likely to pass capital referenda.
The idea here that districts with increasing enrollment need to build more to house more students. If you see the word recurring by your referendum, that means that the district wants that raise forever. Non-recurring means that raise will sunset.
Part of why we may be seeing a higher number of districts going to referendum in this cycle, because the federal relief funding for pandemic aid is now going away and districts are having to really face what their current constraints are.
Now, voters will decide on those referenda April 2nd, and you can see more of our campaign 2024 election coverage tomorrow at 6:30 during our Battleground Wisconsin special report.